Part 2. Neural Networks. Your Advantage in Freelancing. You have completed the preparatory work, found your niche, organized your workspace, and mastered the basics of time management. Now it's time to add the most powerful modern tool to your arsenal, artificial intelligence. In this part of the book, we will show you that neural networks are not fantastically complex instruments, but practical, accessible, and incredibly powerful assistants that will forever change your approach to work. We will take you behind the scenes to understand how these amazing technologies work, introduce you to the most popular tools already used by thousands of freelancers, and, most importantly, teach you how to communicate effectively with artificial intelligence. Get ready for your freelancing to reach a whole new level. Chapter 3. Your AI Assistant. Introducing the world of neural networks. So far, we have only talked about preparation. Now it's time to take action. The heart of your new, efficient freelancing will be artificial intelligence. But what is it really? And how do you work with it if you're not a programmer or a neural network specialist? Don't worry. This chapter will dispel all myths and show that anyone can master the basic principles of working with neural networks. Artificial intelligence for beginners. A simple explanation of what neural networks are and how they work. You've heard these terms: neural networks, machine learning, deep learning. They sound complicated, right? In reality, it's much simpler than it seems. Imagine the human brain. Our brain consists of billions of neurons that constantly exchange information. When you learn something new, riding a bike, recognizing faces, understanding language, your brain creates new connections between these neurons. The more you practice, the stronger and more efficient these connections become. A neural network is a very simplified digital model of such a brain. Instead of biological neurons, it has artificial neurons, essentially mathematical functions connected to each other. When you feed data into a neural network, for example, millions of texts, images, sounds, it starts to understand and learn. It looks for patterns, connections, and rules in this data, just like your brain does. How it works in practice. Example with images. Suppose you show a neural network thousands of cat and dog photos. Initially, it doesn't understand which is which, but after seeing a vast number of examples, it starts to recognize characteristic features: ear shape, nose, fur texture. New photo. When you then show it a new photo it has never seen, it can accurately determine this is a cat or this is a dog. It doesn't understand the cat like a human, but it has learned to recognize its patterns. Now let's apply this to freelancing. Text writing neural network, e.g., ChatGPT. It has been trained on massive amounts of text from the internet, books, articles, blogs, news. It has learned to understand language structure, styles, grammar, and facts. When you ask it to write an article about fitness, it uses all its knowledge to generate text that closely resembles what a human would write. Image-generating neural network, e.g., Midjourney. It has been shown millions of images with descriptions. It has learned to associate words with visual images, understand styles, realism, fantasy, impressionism, and composition. When you ask it to draw a fantasy spaceship, it takes this knowledge and generates a unique image. Key idea: neural networks are not magical beings, but tools that learn from large data sets. They don't have consciousness or emotions. They are simply very good at recognizing patterns, generating new content based on these patterns, and automating tasks. Why is this important for freelancers? Because it means that a neural network can handle the part of your work that requires data analysis, idea generation, draft creation, image processing, or sound editing. It speeds you up, expands your capabilities, and allows you to focus on more creative and strategic tasks that require human intelligence, empathy, and unique vision. Neural networks won't replace you, but freelancers who use neural networks will replace those who don't. Key players. A brief overview of the most accessible and useful AI tools. ChatGPT, Midjourney, Gemini, 11 Labs, and more. The world of artificial intelligence is developing incredibly fast, and new tools emerge every month. However, there are several key players that have become standards for freelancers due to their power, accessibility, and ease of use. These are your main allies. We will review the most popular and useful tools that you can start using immediately. ChatGPT by OpenAI. What it is: the brain center for text work. A large language model capable of understanding and generating human text. How freelancers use it: content writing, articles for blogs, social media posts, advertising texts, product descriptions. Idea generation, brainstorming topics, headlines, plots. Editing and proofreading, correcting grammatical errors, improving style, shortening or expanding text. Translations, fast and fairly accurate translations. Research, quick summaries of information on any topic. Code writing, generating simple scripts, explaining code. Midjourney/Stable Diffusion/Leonardo. What it is: text-to-image generators that turn your words into unique visual images. How freelancers use it: illustrations for articles, ebooks, presentations. Design, creating logos, banners, icons, photography ideas. Visualizing complex concepts. Backgrounds and textures, creating unique backgrounds for websites or videos. Social media content, quickly creating attractive images for posts. Gemini by Google. What it is: an integrated multimodal AI model from Google capable of handling not only text, but also images, audio, and video. How freelancers use it: complex queries. Can process queries involving both text and images, e.g., describe this image and write a social media post. Text and code generation, like other language models. Integration with Google services, potentially convenient for users actively using Google Workspace. 11 Labs. What it is: advanced speech generator capable of converting text into high-quality natural speech in different languages with various voices and intonations. Can even clone your own voice. How freelancers use it: voiceovers for videos, for YouTube channels, advertisements, audiobooks, creating professional narration, podcasts, generating intros, outros, and segment narration, voice assistants, creating custom voice assistants. Syntheses, AI Studio or HeyGen, video generators. What it is: platforms for creating videos using artificial intelligence. You can choose an avatar, digital person, write the text, and the system generates a video where the avatar speaks your text. How freelancers use it: educational videos, without the need to film yourself. Marketing videos, quickly creating promotional videos. Personalized messages, video greetings, personalized appeals. These are just the tip of the iceberg, but mastering these core tools will give you a significant competitive advantage. Don't try to master everything at once. Choose one text tool, e.g., Gemini, and one visual tool, Midjourney or Leonardo, and start with those. How to communicate effectively with artificial intelligence, basics of prompt engineering. You can have the best tool in the world, but if you don't know how to use it, it will be useless. With artificial intelligence, using it means communicating effectively, i.e., writing effective prompts, queries. Prompt engineering is not a complex science, but rather an art of formulating clear, specific, and detailed queries that unlock the full potential of neural networks. The more precise your query, the better the result. Think of artificial intelligence as a very smart but literal assistant. If you say, write something, it will write something. If you say, write a persuasive Instagram post about the benefits of a new fitness app for busy people, using a humorous tone and a call to action at the end, you will get a very different result. Key principles of effective prompt engineering. Be specific and clear. Bad prompt. Write an article. Good prompt. Write a 500-word article about the benefits of meditation for stress reduction, aimed at busy professionals in a friendly but informative tone. Include 3 specific tips. Define the role and audience. Ask the AI to take on a role and target an audience. This significantly influences the style and content of the response. Example: act as an experienced marketer. Write a Facebook ad targeting young parents looking for quick and healthy recipes for kids. Use emojis. Specify the format and structure. Clearly define the format in which you want the response. Example: generate a list of 10 blog post headline ideas about productivity. Each headline should be a question. Provide them in a bulleted list. Example for images. Create an image. Logo for a coffee shop. Style: minimalist. Colors: brown and beige. Format: SVG. Set constraints and requirements. If there are constraints on length, keywords, style, be sure to specify them. Example: write a LinkedIn post no longer than 150 words. Include the keywords remote work, flexibility, neural networks, tone, professional. Example for images. Generate an image, woman reading a book in a cozy cafe. Focus on the woman's face. Blurred background. Avoid futuristic elements. Resolution: 1920 by 1080. Use examples. Few-shot prompting. Sometimes the best way to teach AI is to show it an example. Example: here are a few headline examples I like. How to turn chaos into order. Secrets of high productivity. What are you doing wrong? Now suggest 5 similar headlines for a time management article. Request clarifications and iterations. Don't be afraid to continue the dialogue with AI. If the first response isn't perfect, ask it to modify it. Example: this text is too formal. Rewrite it in a more conversational tone. Example for images. I like the idea, but the image seems too dark. Make it brighter and add more light. Break down complex tasks. If you have a complex task, don't try to solve it with one giant prompt. Break it down into smaller, manageable steps. Instead of, write a book about freelancing with artificial intelligence. Better, suggest 10 topics for the introductory chapter of a book about freelancing with artificial intelligence. Write a draft introduction on topic X. Edit the introduction to make it more energetic. Experiment and learn. Prompt engineering is a skill that improves with practice. Don't be afraid to experiment, try different formulations, and analyze which queries yield the best results. Awareness. Pay attention to how AI responds to your queries, which queries give the best answers, and which ones don't. Communities. Join online communities dedicated to prompt engineering, e.g., on Reddit, Discord. Learn from others and share your experiences. Example of a comprehensive prompt. Act as an expert in content marketing for small businesses. I need a LinkedIn post to attract the attention of online store owners struggling with writing product descriptions. The post's goal: show how artificial intelligence can solve this problem. Tone: professional, with a light touch of humor. By sending such a query, you will get a result very close to ideal, which you will only need to edit slightly. This is the magic of effective prompts. Key takeaway from this chapter. Artificial intelligence is not a complex set of algorithms available only to a select few. It is a powerful yet intuitive tool that becomes hundreds of times more effective when you learn to communicate with it properly. By mastering the basics of prompt engineering and familiarizing yourself with key tools, you will gain access to new opportunities and significantly accelerate your work. Ready to apply this knowledge in practice? In the following chapters, we will start using these tools to create real content, from text to images and even code.